XRPL has got the best institutional ecosystem where you already have major banks actually working with you. It creates a major liquidity.
Welcome to Decentralized Finance, the one-stop shop for DeFi products on the XRPL. Today I will show you how you can use P2P loans to earn interest.
So have you collaborated with any private company for blockchain technology like Ripple?
It's been going on for a long time. It's not as if the BRICS are making some headlines lately. But it's not as if they just woke up last year and said, oh, let's do something significant in the monetary system. They've been working on this for...
And so when you look at many of the altcoins, they were basically trumpeting the potential of the network effects. So people were buying the potential of something. Many people forget that it took $1.3 billion in 6 years for Facebook to actually become profitable as a business and sustainable.
Like the application of Howey to legitimate non-fraud token sales and token projects that are legitimate.
For that to happen, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
Which goes to the next question that was on the list.
Know what you hold?
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got a baggie, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. Shout out to the latest sub. We got MGC in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing them likeys, stuffing some baggies. We're at the total global cryptocurrency market cap today, 2.18 trillion, down about 0.7% in the past 24. We got XRP currently in the number 7 spot, right around 43 cents, up about 0.1% in the past hour. Stellar XLM in that number 30 spot, right around 8.5 cents. We got BTC right around 56,308. We got ETH right around 3,000. Flare Networks right around 0.02. Axelar 65.5 cents. XDC 0.028. Casper 0.02. Stronghold 004. Songbird right around 0083. Zahao right around 0.076. Evernode right around 15 cents. We got Ripple XDev to pop things off. Explore asset tokenization with Sanjeev and Zonix Inc. In episode 2, discover their compliant regulated solution for real-world asset tokenization from issuance to liquidity and trading.
XRPL has got the best institutional ecosystem where you already have major banks actually working with you. It creates a major liquidity. The adoption level has increased quite a lot over the last 6 years. And I think we are at the point where most of the institutions have got into this space. So I think it's the future is extremely bright for tokenization of RWS.
Futures extra bright. XRP, bank money. We got DexFi Pro, huge thanks, and yes, DexFi owes its existence to Hooks. I prepped the lending, borrow, and NFT launchpad, a futures trading platform, and more before there was even a whisper that Hooks wouldn't hit mainnet. Swamped right now, but Zahao is next. By the way, check out our 2-year-old lending demo.
Shop for DeFi products on the Welcome to Decentralized Finance, the one-stop shop for DeFi products on the XRPL. Today I will show you how you can use P2P loans to earn interest. Well, let's get started and head over to P2P loans to get you an overview of the site. Here in the first section, you will see 4 different test accounts to play with in the Hook account that runs the smart contract logic. Clicking on any of the accounts will open it in the Explorer. And below that you can open the debug stream to see what's going on behind the scenes while we issue our first loan. In the second section, you can see open offers and current loans. Being a borrower means paying interest, and being a lender means earning interest. So, in our case, we want to be the lender. By clicking on one of those offers, we can see the exact loan conditions, the smart contract address, and the memo field. In production mode, you would have to scan or copy these and send the required funds. But for now, let's just use the one-click sending method mentioned earlier. The creator of an offer has the option of canceling it at any time. When the expiry date is reached, anyone can close the offer by simply sending one drop in the correct memo to the Hook, or in our case, simply by clicking Cancel Offer. The Accept Offer button will send the required funds to the Hook, and the offer will disappear and show as current loan. You can sort and filter all of these columns. Let's say, for example, if you only want to see Bob's offers, just type parts of his address here in the filter field. Yeah, let's suppose we didn't find the offer we were looking for. So we head over to the next section. Here we can create our own offer. Yeah, we want to be the lender and we want to lend out 1,000 XRP for 5,000 British pounds as collateral. We want 10% interest and we are willing to lend the money for 365 days. As you can see, when you create an offer, you will be charged a fee. This is 0.1% of the amount or at least 10 units of the currency you send to the hub. This is not refundable even if the offer expires and is deleted. On the one hand, this is intended to prevent spamming the XRPL, and on the other hand, to finance the operation and maintenance of this service. So now we can confirm and proceed to the last step. Let's choose an account and create the offer. Wait a few seconds and it's done. Our money is now managed by the hook and we can see it right here.
DexFi, lending, borrowing, NFT Launchpad. So how next? We got 707 Crypto Digital Euro Program Manager Evelyn Whitlocks of the European Central Bank was asked if they have collaborated with Ripple, ECB.
So have you collaborated with any private company for blockchain technology like Ripple? With what is the digital euro backed with? So it's actually two questions. So first of all, the digital euro is central bank money. It's a stable coin, I think, in its most clear form. If we then talk about the technology providers, this is something that we are still actually non-decided on. So as you might recall, I talked about the fact that we are doing the selection of service providers. And there we will put our requirements, but we will not say which technology needs to be used. So it's for the providers to offer us a proposal on which technology they would work, and that could be blockchain, could be also other technologies. So that we will be able to only inform you about at the end of the process, which we expect in the course of 2025. We will be able to say more on that.
Subject Views Breaking. Brad Garland House will be seated at Ro Khanna's Crypto Roundtable with other major industry leaders. This event is happening on Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Comes amidst the Democratic Party turmoil and is seen as an effort to counter Trump's pro-crypto stance and appeal to the digital asset industry. Brad Garland House. We got one from Headline Hunter Global. Jim Rickards. Notice what the BRICS are doing. They copied the World Bank and the IMF. They are duplicating the Bretton Woods structure. They're also building underseas fiber optics telecom channels so they can bypass channels like SWIFT and others that are controlled by the West.
Not what the BRICS are doing. They've copied the World Bank. They've copied the IMF. They're duplicating the Bretton Woods structure on their own. A lot of this goes almost unnoticed, but these are very important initiatives. They're also building a fiber optic undersea telecommunications channel so they can bypass channels like SWIFT and other payments channels controlled by the West. So they're building their whole network financially, structurally, and in terms of physical infrastructure. And this has been going on for a long time. It's not as if the BRICS are making some headlines lately. But it's not as if they just woke up last year and said, "Oh, let's do something significant in the monetary system." They've been working on this for over 15 years. By the way, we focus on the BRICS Leaders Summit. That's important. They have over 100 meetings per year. They have subgroups on agriculture, climate change, women's rights, athletics, etc. So this is a very well-developed organization with an expert secretariat that continues to grow.
We got one from DS. Anyone investing in a project should listen to this. You are buying the potential, understanding the network effects of the tokens. Look at what the team actually builds and delivers. Be patient. It took $1.3 billion USD in 6 years for Facebook to actually become profitable and sustainable.
And so when you look at many of the altcoins, they were basically trumpeting the potential of the network effects. So people were buying the potential of something. But it's a little bit like buying into a startup that has hype, 5 years before its execution. It's kind of like, it could become the next Facebook, right? But, for the time being, many people forget that it took $1.3 billion in 6 years for Facebook to actually become profitable as a business and sustainable, for example, right? And there's many stories about that in the startup world. And I think altcoins are kind of representation of those startup type of token ecosystems. Some of them have great potential and people still believe and follow those. Some of them essentially have promised a lot, but they've under-delivered. And as time goes on, as you would see from any normal sort of support base, they go, wait, you made this promise, you failed. You made that promise, you failed. Why should we then be surprised that the token prices are collapsing? So you kind of see sort of a mixture of that. But of course, Bitcoin is kind of still the gold standard. And so when you look at many of the altcoins,
best is still yet to come. Crawl, walk. Then we rock it. We got Mr. Man XRP. This conversation by Harvard legal team was getting hot and divulges that they known about Ripple versus SEC case in 2019. That's possibly a year prior to the actual case. What's even more interesting is the fact that the video ends abruptly while he's speaking.
I think kind of more specific, but I think in 2019 or within the probably next 2 years or so, there's going to be a case, going to be a test case of whether or not like the application of Howey to legitimate non-fraud token sales and token projects that are legitimate use cases that's not in question, and whether or not how these steps apply. And so far, we've had a lot of guidance, a lot of statements, a lot of settlements against small projects that weren't really doing much. But noticeably, there has not been any of the key projects that we talk about a lot and which everyone knows. None of them have been signed up to any of these regulatory regimes. They're still in this gray area. And
we got one from Smoke Dog. Confirmation that Ripple and Stellar both are for institutions. Blockchain overview presentation. Ripple and Stellar are both classified as open protocols for institutions. XRP and XLM are institutional assets that the retail was lucky enough to get access to. Rob Cunningham Cool Show says, serious question why on God's green earth would the largest banking group in Europe and the 9th largest banking group in the world by assets be incorporated in the XRP shitcoin in 2024. Let the haters hate. Let the knowers know. The longer it takes, the higher we climb. Common sense crypto. There's a good chance that XRP could become an SDR. If that were to happen, we would be looking at $1,000 XRP easily. And now with the IMF changing the rules on SDR, retail investors would be able to hold them, not even if XRP didn't become an SDR. Imagine the massive liquidity pool that the IMF would create, locking away XRP for on-demand liquidity and using XRP as a bridge for SDRs. The demand would be incredible, pushing the price of XRP to astronomical heights. Also, we had this Singapore FinTech Festival, Brad Garland House. Will the IMF hold crypto?
You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do. I think we stunned Ross into silence with that one.
For that to happen, okay, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
Which goes to the next question that was on the list, actually. Will central banks issue digital currency become a reality in the next few years?
Well, again, there's a lot of work being done by a number of central banks in different, regions of the world. I think generally speaking, many of these central banks are coming to the conclusion that they don't see the benefits right now of doing it, but they're very seriously considering the use case. And I think as work proceeds, they maybe become a possibility may increase. Particularly the Bank of Canada with its Project Jasper experiment has realized that a central bank digital currency on its own may not offer benefits now, but when combined with other things like the security settlement system, use cases begin to emerge. So let's keep an open mind.
Was XRP designed for 1,000, 10K, 100K, $1 million? Check out Mineable 10K XRP Endgame. Also, XRP being the bridge asset. We got coins and banknotes worth over 8 trillion, gold 11.5 trillion. Billionaires hold 12.7 trillion. S&P 500 36 trillion. Global money supply, narrow money 48.9 trillion. Broad money 82.6 trillion. Global stock markets, global debt 300 trillion. And as XRP being that bridge asset, massive amounts of value flowing through the XRP ledger. Also, it can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they need 1 million XRP, which will then cost $1 million. But if XRP costs $1 million, they'd only need 1 XRP, which again would cost $1 million. Know what you hold? Know what's coming? XRP, built for 10K, 100K, million plus. Best is still yet to come. We got Flare Community new NFT marketplace on Flare Networks, brought to you by Focus on Flare. Here's an overview of True Gems, our NFT marketplace on Flare Networks. Focus on Flare. We got one from Atlas Crypto. Stop for a second and take a look at the chart. BTC is repeating the pattern of 2019 1-to-1. What happened next? Shocked me. We got one from Mustache Altcoins. Even if nobody believes it anymore, in 2019, 2020, and 2023, touching this trend line led to altcoins performing particularly strong a few weeks later. Timeline is ultra bearish. Would make sense to me. We got sentiment feed. If you're considering buying the dip, note that the crowd is anticipating a rebound themselves. Ideally, one of these dramatic dips is met with FUD and panic. Historically, most turnarounds occur immediately after the average traders have given up hope on crypto. And we got Dark Defender. When you see, you see. It was never easy for XRP. It will not be, but in the end, history repeats itself. Believe in miracles. All-time highs coming soon. We got XRP Crypto, the bent fork, $17 in a historical support update. June 2023, we introduced the bent fork chart. Here's the latest scoop. New top target, $17. Key resistance at $1, both a structural barrier and a psychological hurdle. All-time high around 350. Breaking this could open the gates to Valhalla. What's next? Touch 40 cents as predicted. 75 cents is the gatekeeper. Closing above it with conviction is crucial for all-time highs. $1 remains a significant structural and psychological barrier. Equilibrium around $1.80. Major targets, $17. XRP Army. Stay ready. And with that being said, the longer they take, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. And there's about 135,000 people with 5,000 to 10K more XRP. There's about 146,000 with 10K to 25K. I think 5K will be that sweet spot. Currently, 3,000 XRP gets you in that top 10% of holders. 10,000 XRP, top 5%. 13,781, the top 4%. 20,000 XRP, the top 3%. 31,000 XRP, top 2. 61,000 XRP, top 1% holder, and the 110,000 XRP, 0.5%. And to be a 0.1% holder, you need 417,000 XRP. And to get to that 5,000 XRP mark would take about $2,153. Would only need about $200 per month. In about 11 months, you'd be able to hit that mark if prices were to stay around 43 cents. But the clock is ticking, and I don't think that we have that long. And the longer it takes, the higher we climb on that XRP rich list. Let our friend know that the greatest opportunity, multiple lifetimes, is still at hand, but the train's left the station. Tick tock, where will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Later glitches.
Shout out to my people across the globe, yeah, we did it. If you're holding strong, got a bag, then we win it. Now we in that rocket and it's gone and it's lifted. Looking at my peeps on the ground, they just wishing. They just wishing. Looking at my peeps on the ground, they just wishing. When I'm in my rocket, I don't hear any haters. Buying up space, got like 100 acres. I survived the crash by burning up my paper. Monopoly money, then I turned it to a scraper.